Anything you can think of you want to talk about?
No.
No?
No.
Nothing?
That's good enough there, sweetheart.
That ain't gonna be long. Okay. Yeah. I think you in that good? You think? Yeah, I think you're in that good. I think you can come over a little bit. Yeah. You already starting out with your face looking like that.
Like what?
Irritated.
I'm not irritated.
Oh, okay. Hi, y'all. This is Deidre.
This is Charles.
And we are finally back since April doing a video for SoSoMarried. Just so much has been going on, and we're trying to decide what we want to talk to you all about. A lot of you all gave me questions that you wanted, or topics that you wanted us to discuss, and I have been searching high and low, and I cannot find those questions. I don't know which video you attached the questions to.
Show how much she's concerned about you, don't you?
That's not... Okay, we're back. We don't do a video for 4 months, and the camera goes dead. Okay, so, what was I saying something?
Why don't you start from the beginning?
What's the beginning?
Hello.
Hello?
Then you know what I'm saying? Then that way, you know.
Okay.
You can do all that editing and stuff.
All right. So, you guys, like I said, I couldn't find your questions, so
That's
we're
not
just
the
going to...
beginning. You ain't going to start from the beginning?
What's the beginning? Hello? I already
Hello,
said
how
hello.
you doing?
Well, talk to the people then.
No, I thought you said I'm coming from the beginning. But do it any way you want to do it. Go ahead.
Oh, gosh. I already said hello. The previous one, before it went dead, I already said all that. I'm going to keep that.
Okay, all right.
So, anything that you want to talk about?
No.
As much talking as you do off the camera, and on the camera you ain't got nothing to say.
That might be one of the reasons that I got nothing to say. You know, where I'm expressing myself all the time as a pastor, as a worker. You know, I'm expressing myself all the time.
Okay, well, express yourself and tell me about how you feel about my hair, because I absolutely love my hair. Absolutely. This is about the happiest I've ever been in my life with my hair. But my husband wants me to grow it back. And so tell me your opinion, and why is it more important to you that I grow it back than my happiness?
See? Everything a joke too. Well, first of all, I'm just not used to women with short hair. You know, I didn't mind her trying it for a while. You know, give her that longitude, latitude. But if you ask my opinion on something and how I feel, I think that you should be able to accept the truth. Because why should I tell you a lie?
But I didn't ask you. When you told me, I didn't ask you. I did not ask you.
Okay then, you didn't ask me.
When you told me, baby, I want you to grow your hair back, I didn't ask you.
No, I'm talking about when you first cut it off.
Oh yeah, when I first cut it off.
Yeah.
But no, the other day when you said, "Baby, you're so beautiful. I love you. Now I want you to grow your hair back."
Yeah.
I didn't ask you nothing then.
Yeah. Anything wrong with me telling you what I want?
No.
What I desire?
No, there's nothing wrong with you telling me, and I appreciate you telling me what you want and what you desire. But I also want to keep my hair like this. So what is the answer? Am I supposed to grow my hair back?
Do as your husband said do. On the head.
I'll work on you, baby. I'll work on you.
See people.
Okay, I think there was maybe a question asked was what's one of our biggest I guess communication problem or communication misstep or mishap. So what do you think is one of our biggest communication problem?
That I think one of them is that one example is that where she's so used to doing things her way that she thinks that just because she been doing it her way, that way all her life, that it's right. Classical example, something simple as making up the bed. One time we was making up the bed, and so she said, "Well, okay, this is what are you doing there on the corner of the bed?" "I'm making up the bed." She said, "That's not the way you make up a bed, correct?" And so I'm looking at her. "What do you mean that's not the way to make up a bed, correct?" "Well, my mama taught me this way to make up the bed," she was telling me. I said, "Well, my mama taught me this way." So you know what? Just because your mama taught you this way, that make it correct? So just little stuff like that. Where she has. I think that you have to get out of that. This is what we do. This is how I was raised. This is what, and so this is it.
But do you think that was like? Do you think I still do that a lot now, or do you think it was more so the beginning of our marriage? Because I realized at the beginning of our marriage, I was like, that's not the way you fold towels. That ain't the way my mama taught us to fold towels. That's not the way you fold up a t-shirt. That's not the way you do this. But I think now I thought I've come to a place where I realize you were raised to do things one way, I was raised to do things another way. It doesn't mean I'm right or you're wrong and right. It's just different. But you think I'm still?
Well, you still got a lot of that in you. I could see that, but I deal with it. Some of it I just let go. Some of it I don't just take personal. I don't take personal anymore, and I move on. But also, one of our biggest communication problem is, and I know, and I'm not signing as if where I don't want y'all to get the wrong impression about Pastor. My wife always got an opinion, and she always want to express her opinion to me, but it's not always expedient to express every opinion. You can keep some of them to yourself. Just go along with what I said.
I keep telling you.
See that? Do y'all see that?
I thought you were done.
No, she thought I was done. This happened all the time.
Okay, go ahead. I thought you were done.
All the time where I'm explaining myself. I didn't say something, and where she think that she can read my mind or read my last thoughts or read whatever I'm going to say, and I guess that's just part of her. But go ahead now.
What I was saying was, what I keep telling you is that yes, I do express my opinion a lot, but you think it's all the time. I tell you, I do not express my opinion all the time, because I have a lot of thoughts and opinions that I keep to myself between me and King Jesus.
You need to keep a little more between you and King Jesus.
Okay. But then, baby, now do you not do this when I keep my opinion to myself? And I say, you'll say, what did you think about that? Or if I don't say anything at all, because you know me so well, you say, oh, my wife didn't open her mouth about that. Well, my wife didn't say nothing about that. My wife didn't express her opinion about that. So I know something wrong, something up. She's thinking something. And you ask me, baby, well, what you think? And I was like, oh, nothing. That's good. That's cool. And you're like, no. Tell me what you really think. Because I have an opinion. So if I don't express it, then you still. But I'm saying if I don't express it, you still asking me, like, I know you have an opinion about that.
Yeah, because you haven't found that right form to not let me know that.
How am I supposed to not let you know?
It still stands out. Oh, I want to express my opinion, but I'm not going to say nothing right now because you really don't want to hear my opinion.
I don't say that.
That's what you're saying.
In my silence?
Yeah.
Oh my. So do I express it or do I be silent? Which one is it?
You be silent, but you can tell the vibe. Mood swing has changed because now she's holding back her opinion that she really wanted to express that I just did not like that, whatever it may be, so you have to get it out. So I go ahead and let her get it out because I don't like tension. I don't like living under stress. I don't like she looking crazy. She holding back the sex. Just kidding, y'all. But I just don't like.
Oh, he's really kidding. I do not hold back the sex because of my opinion or something.
But we go ahead. We move on. So you
what
know,
what strange faces you making over there?
I'm just letting y'all know. Y'all know how them women use sex as a weapon at times towards us men, but that's another
I
subject.
do
Day and time.
not.
Okay, then we're gonna move on.
No. We're gonna belabor this point right here.
See,
What?
classic example. When I said, okay, we're gonna move on. You see, now,
Listen.
okay, now listening. But go ahead.
When do I ever or have I ever held back sex because of some emotional reason, like I'm upset or anything like that? It's either I'm in the woman's way, however they call it, or just we've been just working and just dog tired and I'm just not in it. Or it's 4:00 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. I'm in REM sleep because I just went to sleep at 4:00, and you want to wake me up and bother me at 4:30.
Just get in the bed. Come to bed at 3:30, 9 o'clock, like normal people do. 10 o'clock. Get something in, right? Gee. So when I'm supposed to get it? Come on here. Let's move on. Another day, another subject for that.
Okay, let's move on to okay, recently you even talked about today in your sermon. You were talking about love and how God is love and God loving us and us loving people right where they are and how God loves us right where we are. Well, we say at our church, loving you right where you at. God love you right where you at, even though we know that's not proper grammar, but God loves you right where you at. So you were using an example that your wife told you that you were not loving her how she needed to be loved, that you were loving me the way you think love is, which is being a great provider. And I appreciate you being a great provider. But let's talk a little bit about that loving, the love language, loving people how they need to be loved.
No, well, basically what I was saying was that, all through our relationship, I've loved her and I loved her and met her needs. But lately, with me working so many hours, 60 hours, sometimes 65 hours, and she just told me that I needed to be loved, and I needed to be loved like that. That it's a lot to go with that, because where she feels as though that, hey, I don't need you to pay my bills. I don't need you to take care of me in the physical sense. I need for you to love me back.
That's a bonus, though.
I need to love you. I need for you to love me back again when we go to the park, when we go to movies together, when we just enjoy each other, go out to dinner, go get an ice cream cone, and those type of things. This is what she was missing. She was just telling me, this is how I need to be loved, in which I know, and I'm just explaining to her, well, hey, getting up in the morning, working 14 hours a day, that's showing love, But the thing about it is that I understand where people need to be loved the way that they need to be loved, and especially in marriage and in relationships, because we have to love that individual the way that they need to be loved. They may need to be loved with just a simple kiss in the morning. They may need to be loved. Someone might tell them that hey, I love you. Send me flowers or candy. Or write a card. Leave it in your wife's car that morning that she can read. Just little simple stuff. And I know my wife, she needs to be loved in those ways right there. Not so much the big things, but the small things. And so sometimes as men, we miss the way that our women want to be loved. And we all want to be loved. You can believe that.
Exactly. And I love the book Love Languages, which is by Gary Chapman, and he talks about there are five primary love languages, meaning how we feel love. What speaks love to you? And I know one of those things is quality time, and that is my biggest love language. That is my primary. You have primary, and then you, which is your major love language, and then you have other secondary, third, all of that love language. And mine um, is quality time. And that's why I don't need quantity. I'm the type of person who I don't mind being by myself. I understand he works long hours. I thank God for him, and yes, I do need him to provide for me because I just work part-time. But I have taken care of myself since since right out of college and having a baby and taking care of myself and my daughter. And what I missed all those years being single, and what I need now is I need that that dinner, going to have dinner, or going, like you say, to the park, or going to the beach, or just going to take a walk in the mall, or but it's that quality time, doing whatever. The other day we just rode out and got some barbecue or something, and that was my quality time. And we maybe were together an hour. That was enough for me. I understood that he had worked all day, he had to work the next day, but just having that hour of quality time, or that pillow talk. We have pillow talk, because one night, he had worked long hours. He got in, he went over and talked to our neighbor for a while, but then when he got in, he talked to me. If he talked to me 30 seconds, a minute, and he was like, "Okay, baby, I'm tired. I gotta go to sleep." And I was like, "What? Wait a minute." The neighbor got more time than that. A minute. And he got a little upset with me because I knew he was tired. But yet and still, I'm like, "Okay, you made time. You made 30 minutes, an hour for the neighbor. You could give me 10 minutes pillow talk." And then that's where I was expressing to him. And I encourage women in your marriage and in your relationship to express what it is that you need from your husband, because they don't have a crystal ball, and a lot of times we think they ought to know. I think he ought to know by now. One time I asked him, "Do you ride the short bus?" Because I had told him a few times. I told him a few times that I need to be loved in this way, and he's like, "Baby, I understand, I hear you, I get it, and I'm working on it, and I just need some time." And I was like, "Time? Did you ride the short bus?" I was like, "We've been married 7 years." Well, it hasn't always happened. It's just been over this last year, because we spent a lot of time together before then. But over this last year, he's been working a lot of hours, and thank God for increase. But I was telling him that, we gotta fit time in for our marriage, because that's what happens. You slowly grow apart, and you wake up one day and say, "What happened? What happened to this person I was so in love with?" And you didn't go to sleep and wake up. It was gradual. So I try to guard against that little gradual detachment. And a lot of times as women, we think that they ought to know. They should have their crystal ball, and he ought to know. How many times have I told him that I need some quality time? And then your mind starts wandering somewhere else, or somebody else start giving you some attention, or somebody else start trying to giving you some quality time, and you start not intentionally doing anything wrong. And I'm not talking about me, because I don't do this, but you start gradually giving your attention to someone else, because they're offering you what your deepest need is, which is some conversation and some quality time. And to guard against that, you need to communicate with your husband. You need to communicate with your wife. You need whatever his need. If he ain't getting enough sex or whatever, and a lot of times that's a man's biggest need, is honor, respect, and some sex. And if he's not getting it, I want him to tell me when he's not feeling like he's getting love, because I don't want him on this job finding somebody who's honoring him, respecting him, trying to sex him up, So it is very important in relationships that you communicate that need to each other, because otherwise you're going to drift away, you're going to drift apart, and start finding that need outside of your marriage.
But also, in defense to that right there, you have to understand this right here by the man, women, that one thing, we desire to be providers from our wife, for our wife. But the thing about it is, where with me, not only do I work long hours, I'm a pastor. I think sometimes my wife be unfair with that, where it's not just I come home and that be it. I'm a pastor. I work long hours. I have a landscaping business, and my time is sometimes engulfed, but it's only for a season. because we look for God to where I don't have to work so much. But look at your husband. See the things that he is doing. Don't concentrate on the 20% so much that he's not doing. Concentrate on the 80%. Give him thanks there. Let him know that, hey, I appreciate your work. I appreciate your effort. I appreciate what you are doing. That 20%, because he's not going to satisfy you 100%. But when you start letting that 20% overshadow that 80%, now there's problems there. Because you'll miss out on your blessings. Because you don't let that 20%, he's not taking out the garbage every day, or he's not doing this right here, he left his towels down. That's that 20%. Concentrate on that 80%. Inspire him to do better. Give him, because if you don't, he'll feel as though that, well, hey, man, here I am, I'm busting my butt. I'm trying my best. I'm taking this, I'm taking that. But you never have a kind word to say to me. You never have an encouraging word to say to me. You never lift me up. So, don't beat him over the head with that 20%. Not saying you beat him over the head with 20%. But what I'm saying is that use wisdom. It's a balance in there. You may need to be loved this way, but use wisdom with it. Don't tear down your house for 20%. Use wisdom in there to build it up and to because you have it. My brother prayed this prayer right here. My brother prayed a prayer before he got married, and his prayer was, Lord, give me a wife that's smarter than me. And I thought about that right there. And he said that God gave him a wife that's smarter than he was. And it's true, God did give him a wife that's smarter than him. And, and I never prayed that prayer because I didn't want no wife smarter than me. But through God's wisdom, he gave me a wife that's smarter than me. And I thank God for that. And I love y'all. And I'm gone.
Okay,
Amen.
wait. Before you go. Now, wait. Before you go, I got a question. I just got a question.
See?
Okay, because I don't want to leave the people with the thought that, do you feel, and be honest, even though we're on camera.
What am I going to be? Dishonest?
No, but I don't want you to think trying to spare my feelings.
Can we do it next time?
No, because I want to clear this up.
Okay, go ahead.
Because as I'm listening, I'm just wondering, do you feel that I am letting the 20% overshadow the 80%? Well, I say 10-90 because you all of that. You 90. You more than 80%. So do you feel that I let the 10% overshadow the 90%? And do you feel not encouraged and appreciated?
I feel encouraged.
And be honest. Be totally honest.
I feel encouraged. I feel appreciated. I feel love. And I listen to you. Sometimes I listen to your gripes, I call, and I don't feel like hearing them all the time. But hey, and she's not a gripey individual. I have to say that right there. But you said times too. Oh, you just don't want to hear me. And no, I just don't want to hear you. But I hear you, and we do hear you. We do hear our women, our wife. We do hear you. But at times it takes a while for us to compute all that, to settle into our spirit and mind, because I have to chew on things. And I'm like, okay, I heard you. It may be a week before it really settled into me, but I heard you.
Okay, baby. Well, I appreciate you guys watching us. Hopefully you've gotten something out of this. You've been blessed in your present relationship, in your future relationship, in your marriages, that you've been blessed with this honest communication here, because this is us. This is real. Even within a beautiful relationship, you're still gonna have all kinds of things. You're gonna have all kinds of feelings. You're gonna have all kinds of issues. You're gonna have all kinds of disagreements. You're gonna have all kinds of just differences, being men and women and being brought up in different households. Different experiences, etc. And that's one thing that I want to show, is that because so many people compliment us on our beautiful relationship. But I also like to be honest and transparent and show that other side, because soon as people start having problems and disagreements, they think, they think they should just dissolve the marriage, or that there was a problem. No, I don't care who you have. I don't care who. The most perfect person you can find, you're going to have issues. You're going to have differences. You're going to have problems that you got to work out. You're going to have ups and downs, peaks and valleys, all of that. So, you know, work on your issues. Communicate about them. Pray about them. You know, love and respect each other and each other's opinions. So I just want to leave that with you guys. And thank you all for being a part of SoSoMarried. And hopefully it won't take 4 more months. But my husband told me that don't be asking him about no videos.
True. True. I told him, don't be asking about no videos. This your project. On
this channel, it was supposed to be us together.
Yeah.
This not my project. So Blessed 1 is my project. This is supposed to be us together.
Yeah, this is us together. Since we together on the head, just do as I said. Amen. Amen. Love y'all. Y'all be blessed.
Y'all be blessed.